seated. Thank you. Good evening, QMC family and friends. I'd like to thank you for attending our 2021 QMC graduation. Congratulations to the 2021 graduates. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our guest on stage, Mr. David Howe, who was our interim principal for the first semester, and he is the principal of LEAP. Mr. Gary Mahler, our executive director of EastCon. Ms. Diane Dugas, our director of Lead and Learning with EastCon. Mr. Don Curtis. Mr. Don Curtis is our library media specialist and senior capstone advisor. Mr. Dan Bichette, our inspirational speaker, and he is currently the AP of Rockville High School. And Ms. Karen Eves, former teacher of QMC and a capstone teacher when she was with us. And I'd like to acknowledge all of our teachers and staff for their good work and their commitment to our students throughout the year. And to you parents, guardians, advocates, and all of you who supported our kids, we want to say congratulations and thank you for your hard work. And now to give us our welcome will be Mr. Dave Howe. Thank you.
Welcome everyone. As Sheldon said, I'm Dave Howe, and I was lucky enough to be the interim principal here in the fall to help the school get started. And I don't have to tell you what a challenge it was at the beginning of the year with so many unknowns. In fact, there's some students that are graduating that I actually have never really seen their face because they weren't in the building in the fall. But all of the credit to your students' success certainly goes to you as parents, supporting your students, and without a doubt, in my 20 or so years of being an educator, the talented staff of QMC, how caring they have been for the students, the empathy, the compassion that they've shown this year that I observed, Sheldon and I observed, but certainly over the 4 years, is a reason that the students are sitting here today. I want to give them a round of applause. And so just quickly in my welcome, again, we're really happy that we had such a beautiful day. Sheldon did a nice job of picking it out. This is a perfect spot, perfect setting to end such a tough year in such a peaceful way. And Sheldon and I served as sort of a tag team, and I want to just tag off now to the incoming principal, Mr. David Brown, right here. So welcome.
Good evening, and welcome again to families, faculty, colleagues, guests, and most of all to our esteemed graduates, the class of 2021. You made it. We're gathered, and there certainly will be a theme here in the messages tonight, to recognize and celebrate not only our students, but all of those in the audience who certainly helped to make it possible. So again, a round of applause, as Dave had asked. You can't get enough recognition. Those that supported you not only gave inspiration and kindness and support, but belief in each of you and your endless potential. Sheldon asked me to share a few words tonight, and I wanted to share a message from a favorite children's book. I happen to love reading children's books because they often share a life message, often simplistic. This message is from Yobi Yamada's book, Maybe, a story about the endless potential in all of us. It's brief. Have you ever wondered why you are here? You're both the only you there has ever been and ever will be. You have so much to offer. Maybe you'll invent something that no one else has ever seen before. Maybe you'll build things that reach high into the sky. Your life is now yours. Try as many things as you can try. See as much as you can see. Wherever you go, take your hopes, pack your dreams, and never forget, it's on journeys that discoveries are made. Maybe you'll help others see the beauty in each day, or maybe you'll lift cheering crowds onto their feet. Do everything with the kindness you've learned and the love that you've learned from QMC. Follow your heart and see where it leads you. Maybe you're here to shine a light into places that have been dark for far too long. Maybe you'll speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. Maybe you're here to help in ways only you can help. There will be struggles, there will be fears, and it won't always be easy. You know that from this year. At times it will feel like really hard work, and you might make a mess of things. You may fall down, you may fail, we all do. But you'll always get back up and you'll always rise a little stronger, a little taller, as you've demonstrated through your years here at QMC. Because there really is more inside you than you even know. And this world needs your gifts, your talents, and our world needs you now more than ever. One thing is for sure, you are here tonight, and because you are here, anything is possible. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you. I am so pleased to introduce our speaker for the evening, Mr. Dan Pichette. He was a 1999 graduate of Quinebaug Valley Community College. In 2003, he went on to Eastern Connecticut State College. 2004 and 2008, he went to the University of Connecticut. He's a former teacher in East Hartford, former administrator with the Hartford Public Schools, currently assistant principal with Rockville High School, and above all, he is a proud parent of Molly and Jack and a niece, Caitlin, and certainly a proud husband to his wife, Megan. It is with great honor and pleasure that I introduce Mr. Dan Pichette. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to start off first by thanking a few people for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight. First off, the EastCon administration and Principal House, Principal Neal, the teachers of QMC, and you, the QMC graduates of 2021. Congratulations. Words can't express how honored I am to be here tonight to celebrate this night with you. So in 44 years of roaming this earth, I figured a few things out. I haven't figured everything out, but I've figured a few things out. And one of the things are constants for success. People need to feel connected to each other. Failure is going to happen, even if you're striving for success. And how you and the people around you deal with adversity is going to define your success. So, the inner teacher in me, I know I'm an administrator now, but I'm a teacher at heart. The inner teacher in me had to divide this up into chapters. So, chapter 1 is about connectedness. You're probably all wondering how this random assistant principal from Rockville High School got to be your commencement speaker tonight. Well, as Mr. Neal had said, in 1999, I sat exactly where you guys are, receiving my associate's degree from Quinebaug Valley Community College. My mom worked in that building right there for over 20 years. Principal Howes and I received our admin certificates together from UConn. And Principal Neal and I worked in Hartford together for many years. There's lots of stories that are out there with Principal Neal and I, but none of which I can share tonight. So, connectedness. Chapter 2 is the story of success and failure. So this is kind of a long chapter. I'll try to keep it brief. So throughout your life, all of you in your classrooms have seen posters about failure, right, and success. Might have a quote on it, might have a picture of a door that opens, right? I had those in my classroom when I was a teacher. Some of the quotes you might have seen might be, do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them and start again. Or, my great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. A guy by the name of Abraham Lincoln said that. And it's always about focusing not on the mistakes, but on the lessons learned from them. John Wooden, a famous basketball coach, said that. Do all of you know what these things have in common? They're right. They're right. So, remember when I told you that I graduated from QVCC in 1999? That never would have happened if it wasn't for failure. Sounds weird, right? So I'm going to tell you a brief story, and I have an easy task for you while I'm telling you this story. I want you to count the successes and failures that I've had in my life. So 1995, I graduated from high school, just like you. That's one success, right? Pardon me, I have some notes. It's a long path. But then failure and I met in 1996 when I failed out of college for the first time. I didn't take life seriously. I didn't think it was going to happen to me. I thought that things were going to be given to me because school was easy. But then when I went to Central Connecticut State University and they asked me my social security number rather than my name, I didn't feel connected. Because I went to a very small high school just like yours. So, with my parents, my mom working here said, oh no, you're not quitting school. You're going to go and enroll in QVCC. I said, okay, sounds good. From there, I worked my butt off, and I did really well in school. And I went back to Central. When I went back to Central, I did pretty good, but all my roommates failed out in the first semester we were there. So guess what? I had to move home. So another change in my life, another transition in my life. So then I said, you know what, I had a lot of success when I was at QVCC, and I re-enrolled and got my associates. It was a great experience, and that's when I sat right where you guys are in 1999. From QVCC, I enrolled at UConn. Anybody want to guess what happened? I failed out again. Do you know why? Because I figured out that I needed to feel connected to the people around me. I needed to feel like I was part of something. And it's not because UConn's a wonderful school. I went back there for my graduate degrees. It's that I needed to know who I was as a person. And I needed to know that failure did not define me. So all that being said, I went home after I failed out of UConn, feeling pretty crappy about, sorry. Sorry. Feeling pretty lousy about myself. Until, at that point, I met the love of my life, Megan. She's sitting right over there. So she and other people pushed me hard to go back to school. And I went back to school after working some really horrible jobs that I really didn't like. And I realized that I wanted to be a teacher. And I realized that I could make a difference in people's lives. because I needed to feel connected. So then I earned my master's degree in 2004 from UConn. I then married the love of my life, Megan, in 2004. I worked my tail off to get a teaching job, and anybody that knows social studies teaching jobs, they are not easy to get. So I must have filled out 100 applications, and I met failure with every one of them until I got the job. And once I got that job, I felt great, until I felt like I needed more. And I went out and started a business, a barber shop. Anybody see any irony there? So when I started that barbershop, it lasted about 6 months, and then we closed. I'm not telling you guys this because I want you to follow the path that I took. Please do not. It was very bumpy. The reason I'm telling you this, everybody, is because I want you to know that you don't succeed without failure. You will have roadblocks in your path, but you need to persevere. And proof of your perseverance is you sitting right here. I'm sure this road was not easy. We all know what this world has gone through in the past year. This road was not easy for any of us, especially you. And you all should be very proud of yourself for being able to sit right where you're at right now and all the things that you've accomplished. But my message is this. Please don't stop here. Accomplish your goals, set your goals, persevere through them. I'm ad-libbing a little bit. This is way off my speech, Sheldon, I'm sorry. So, I want you to be confident that you can bounce back. I want you to be confident that you need to take risks. And that life will go on. So, as I close, I ask you this. What has made you so resilient and hardworking that so many of you are leaving here with more college credits than I had in my first 2 years of college? How will you hold on to that feeling or that drive into the next phase of your life? Today marks the first day of you defining your story. Remember to stay connected to the community and people around you. If anything we've learned from this past year and a half, we need to be connected to one another. Make sure you find people that share your ideals and your goals. Don't let others drag you down a path that will take you away from your goals and your dreams. Remember, failure will come. It does not define you. Let me repeat that. Failure will come. It does not define who you are. Your response to failure or adversity defines who you are. Be resilient. Even when the road to success is blocked, a resilient person realizes that there are different directions that you can go to achieve your goals. It may take longer, but if it's something you truly want, the work and the time is all worth it. I can speak for everybody out here that we're all very proud of all that you've accomplished. Continue down this path. And for your parents that may know this rock band, Journey, they had a famous song, and there's three words that I hold near and dear to my heart. Don't stop believing. Thank you.
Maybe Dan, Sheldon, and I should open a barber shop together. What do you think? All right, well, it is my pleasure and honor to present the awards to the class of 2021. So I think, let's see, who is, Sheldon, going to be handing out the awards? Okay, thank you. So I will be reading the awards and calling their names, and Sheldon will be handing them out. Most of these awards are voted on by the staff, and except for the ones that I will indicate otherwise. The first is the John Wooden Pyramid of Success Award. This very prestigious award is given to the student who understands and uses the attributes that make up Coach Wooden's Pyramid of Success. And there's a list of those attributes in your program. The winner of this year's John Wooden Pyramid of Success Award is Giselle Galarza. The next award is the Gino Larico Teachers Award. This award honors our beloved founding father of QMC and former principal, Gino Larico. It's given to the student who has made the longest journey and has persevered. This student has thrived despite having to negotiate around, over, or through great obstacles in their pathways to happiness and success. And this year's winner of the Gino Larico Teachers Award is Braden Medvin. Next, the William Glasser Quality Citizenship Award. This award is given to the student who understands and has used William Glasser's 7 connecting habits: caring, listening, supporting, contributing, encouraging, trusting, and befriending to help others and improve our learning community. This award is given to Luke Steendam. All right, next up is the Seth Kreisberg Transforming Power or Power With Award. This award is given each year to a student and a teacher who understands and lives the transformational Power With approach within the teaching and learning process within the greater QMC learning community. The student award this year goes to Emma Lalumiere. And the staff award is voted on by the members of the senior class, and this year's staff award winner for the Power With Award is Austin Hall. Next up is the John Russo Mission Possible Award. This award is given each year to a student who set a mission and goal for themselves and acted upon that mission and goal to achieve success within the community. This year we have 2 recipients of this honor. This year it is awarded to Alicia Jimenez Vargas and Yasuri Mendez Hernandez. Now we have the Gary Miller Environmental Science Award. This award is presented to the student who has demonstrated a profound interest in the study of the interaction between physical processes and biological organisms with a specified focus on the discovery of solutions to contemporary environmental issues. And this year it goes to Jesse Greenhalgh. Now the John Reed Leadership Award. This is awarded to a student and a staff member who lead the community with kindness, exemplify the constancy of purpose
for continual improvement of the community while putting others ahead of oneself. The QMC staff nominates both a student and a staff member to receive this honor. This year's Student Award winner is Drew Rivard. And the staff member this year for the John Reed Leadership Award is Jean Hemming. The Nan Hurst Inspiration, Kindness, and Respect Award is presented to the student who best exemplifies the core values and beliefs of Quinebaug Middle College. This individual consistently embraces inspiration, kindness, and respect each and every day. This year, the winner is Christina Weinkoop. The Ami Densmore Friends of QMC Award. QMC benefits greatly from its community partnerships. This award is given to an individual who has volunteered their time and support to Rich QMC. This year's recipient is Sheldon Neal. All right, we got two more. All right, the first is the salutatorian, which is the second highest GPA of the graduating class, and this year's award goes to Yasori Mendez. And then the valedictorian award, which is the highest GPA of the graduating class, and this year's valedictorian is Jesse Greenholm. Let's have a round of applause for all our award winners. Next, we hear from some of our student speakers. First up is Amia Jolie, the QMC National Honor Society Chapter President.
A little short, so. And wow. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Amia Jolly, and on behalf of the senior class, I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you all for coming. Here I stand in front of you, President of National Honor Society, a straight-A student, entering Eastern Connecticut State University as a sophomore, and more than halfway done to my associate's degree, while only being 17 years old. Yes, I can't lie to you, it all feels amazing. However, to my fellow graduates, I want to tell you that this euphoric feeling does not last long. I am so proud of my academic achievements, and I am so grateful that I have opened so many doors for myself through hard work. I give myself a huge pat on the back that I did this all by myself. Yet I want to tell you something that took me 4 long years to learn. School and grades do hold importance. However, the connections you make and the bonds you build will always be the most memorable and important piece of your life. Life is so much more than good grades, people. You need to appreciate the moments you experience and hold on to them for as long as you can. You have one life and one life only. Learn from me that there is nothing more important than living as though every little thing is a miracle. Looking back, I feel regret. Regret at the fact that I've missed so much trying to accomplish an academic goal to only prove self-worth and acknowledgement from others. I sacrificed building many relationships and experiencing precious memories, all for academics.
What needs to be understood is that academics will always be there, but moments come and go, so grab them when you can get them. These last 4 years have been quite difficult for me. I was trying to fit this persona of being a perfect person that does everything right when truthfully that is not possible. I feel like I already have a couple gray hairs coming in. The reality is, building relationships and living your life is one of the biggest accomplishments you can ever make. Knowing that you took every opportunity and moment you could and living with no regrets is something that should be applauded. As teenagers, these are some of the most prime years of our lives. We should be living and loving and experiencing the entire world. Having this recognition is so amazing, but it's not worth sacrificing your mental health or countless nights alone in your room with your head embedded in a textbook. Please, guys, be a kid for as long as you can be a kid. I also want to talk about something that I feel is one of the most crucial parts of being a teenager: happiness and self-worth. Letting the weight of all of the positives pulverize every negative. Knowing to always choose yourself first and validate your feelings, because everything you will ever need can be found within yourself. Be your own hype woman. Yeah. Love yourself like no one else. Cheer yourself on like how you would your closest friends. And at the end of the day, you always have to be your own biggest supporter. For our entire student body, it has been a long 15 and a half months since our lives became nothing but isolation and domination of technology. I was told not to mention COVID. However, how can I not mention something that has forever changed the way I view my life? It is one of the biggest life-changing events, especially for us graduates right now. There's the senior prom I would have been getting ready for with all my girls, the senior field trip I would be driving to with all of my friends, and the normal graduation we would have had where all of our family would have been able to come, and it didn't matter how close we were, or it didn't matter how many people came. Everything that we thought we may had, sorry, I knew I was going to mess up. Everything that we thought that we had may be forever affected. I never had appreciated hanging out with all my family, going to the store, and nevertheless going to school before COVID hit. All of what I have told you this evening has summed up to one big message: to love life, love yourself, and appreciate everything you have, no matter how big or small it is. You only have one opportunity, so live and love like you never have before. Be a good person, and most importantly, live with no regrets. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the rest of your evening. The next speaker is our salutatorian, Jasuri Mendez Hernandez.
Hello and good evening, family, friends, staff, and 2021 graduates. It is my pleasure to be speaking to you all this evening. My name is Yasuri, and most of you might not recognize me because I spent the last 4 years of my high school days hiding off to work hard in my academic classes to become valedictorian. And here I am speaking to you all as a salutatorian. I would like to first give a big thank you to my wonderful mother who has been through all the tough nights of trying to fight through my college classes. And although she could never answer my questions I had asked, she was always there for me emotionally. All my hard work is dedicated to my family. To begin, I would proudly like to announce the amount of hurdles I've overcome these past 12 years of education. I and all the people of color and minorities here today have broken many stereotypes that are assigned to us at birth. Coming from a low-income family, being a woman, and also having a family background of immigrants, here I am standing as one of the top 2 students in this year's graduating class. Being a Mexican-American woman in this country has had its difficulties. Having to be constantly overlooked has had its impact on me. But my ethnicity also has its blessings. My Mexican culture has advanced my work ethics and attributes in life. And being able to stand here and give you a glimpse of my untold burdens has filled me with such strong emotions. I am living proof that we can go above and beyond the stereotypes that shadow us. My second thank you will be to all the teachers here at QMC. Since the beginning of my freshman year, you all have been so welcoming to each and every one of us. You all helped us reach our final goal of high school, which is receiving our diploma. You have molded us into the students we are today. Some of us will be future nurses, doctors, lawyers, and accountants. So let's hope for your sake you have taught us well. On August 28, 2017, the horrible year being called freshman, we all entered Quinebaug Middle College High School, spending the whole night before planning on what we would wear, how we will do our hair, or pretending to make a YouTube video of what's in my backpack. Just me? Okay. We were all so afraid yet so excited to become high schoolers. We were so excited to be finally growing up, and now all I hear and say is, I want to be a kid again. But here we are now, graduating. This year has been tough for all 2021 graduating students, yet this year's graduating class has accomplished many goals. There are multiple students here today that are not only graduating with their high school diplomas, but also with their college associate's degree. I will be attending UConn as a sophomore this coming fall, with only 4 college classes away from graduating with my associates. That being said, I would like to say that the class of 2021 has been the best class at QMC. I would now like to touch on one final topic for tonight. Seniors, after tonight, we will be going in our different paths. This may very well be the last day you see some of your friends, or maybe it won't. But either way, we should not be trying to fit ourselves into the world's broken mold. We should not beat ourselves up if we don't go to college, or do go to college and don't finish. We should not be afraid that one person's life is moving in a better direction, because one day we will all find our happiness. A friend once told me that looking for something won't always guarantee you finding it. Instead, we should appreciate the things that come to us. We should also not compare each other to one another and think lowly of ourselves. As a salutatorian, I would like to say that I'm no better than any of you here. I may have worked hard in my academic classes that earned me this title, but that was because it was a huge goal of mine. We all have our different goals and wants in life. But we should also not be jealous or envy one another. Instead, we should be uplifting and happy that we all made it this far together. That being said, I'd like to congratulate our class on all of our hard work this year. Thank you and enjoy the rest of this exciting evening. Our next speaker is our valedictorian, Jesse Greenhalgh.
Thank you, Yusuri. Even shorter than the last? Alright. Hello, everybody. My name is Jessie Greenhalgh, and it is an honor to stand before you today. I'd like to start off by thanking me, myself, and I for all the hard work I put in to succeed. However, in all seriousness, I have a lot of people to thank for helping me get here today. All that I've learned over my time at QMC assures me that coming here was the best decision I could have made for myself. I'm so happy that I decided to transfer here in junior year. I've met wonderful friends like Ramos, Anika, Amber, sorry, really nervous. Anyway, getting right back into that. I've met wonderful friends like Ramos, Anika, Jaden, Bree, and Amber. The academic experience I've had has prepared me to start at Fisher College full-time this fall. Before I came to QMC, I was accustomed to being very independent and relying primarily on myself to get by, as I was homeschooled. Attending QMC has shown me how to take advantage of the resources available to me while still maintaining that independence that I learned. The most important thing that I learned at QMC was how to seek out and accept help. The help that I've received from the QMC community has been paramount to my success. In all the classes that I've been the kid to annoy teachers with endless questions. I remember in a capstone meeting last month, my capstone advisor, Dawn, looked around the room and said, "Really? No one has any questions? Not even Jessie?" I've learned that it's okay to seek help when you want it or when you just need it. I met with a Spanish tutor this semester regularly, even though I had A's in the class to begin with. I met with a tutor because I wanted to maintain the success that I was having. And because it was free. And I'm not going to turn down free stuff. Fact of the matter is that you do not have to be at rock bottom to get help. Relying on others is not shameful, and being able to ask for help is a sign of strength. The help that I've gotten has brought me the success I have today. And I hope that you can find the courage to reach out for help and find your own versions of success. Many people have helped me over the years. First of all, I'd like to thank my older sister, Sarah, for giving me the emotional support that I needed to attend QMC to start with and to adjust to the new environment. Additionally, I want to thank Karen Eve, right over here, for helping me through the college application process. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to take an English class with her, but she proved to be extremely helpful and reliable, despite me not technically being her student. Karen Eves, you have been a very important part of the QMC community that we will all miss. I would also like to thank our math teacher, Robin and Sarah, for helping me prepare for the SAT's math section over lunch in junior year. Lastly, I want to give a very special thank you to Lori Buffy, my senior advisor, for all the support that she's given me over my time at QMC. It really means the world to me. She went out of her way during last winter break to help me through the college application process, when I'm quite sure she was not being paid for it. She's also helped me with countless essays for contests, scholarships, and colleges. The support that Lori has given me gave me the confidence to seize opportunities that I would not have even tried to without her encouragement. Thank you. I'd like to say congratulations to my fellow seniors. We've made it here today despite copious challenges. As some other speakers have touched on, COVID-19 has been a major obstacle. In my junior year at QMC, my friends told me that they wished every day was pajama day at school. A few months later, COVID-19 made this passing comment a reality. And while it was nice to wear pajamas more often, COVID-19 has frankly been a tragedy. We have dealt with loss, personal issues, and financial problems, all while trying to adjust to virtual learning. Throughout the pandemic, the QMC community has upheld our values of inspiration, kindness, and respect. Teachers have worked tirelessly to adjust to virtual teaching to support their students. And students and faculty have done what they can to support each other with mental health resources and to create a sense of community over virtual platforms. Class of 2021, we have done amazing work thus far, and now we get to move on to the next chapters of our lives. All the people that I've met at QMC and all the support that they've given me will stay in my memory and in my heart as I move forward. I hope that my fellow graduates, and anyone else in the audience really, can apply the importance of letting others support you in their futures with their schooling, their careers, or their personal lives. I wish you all the best of luck wherever you go. Thank you.
QMC family and friends, as we prepare to present our students with their diplomas, please just allow me one moment, just a quick moment to tell you a few things about this class. And I want to tell you about these teachers and this staff here. These teachers, our teachers at QMC and our staff really make connections with our children. This is a place where you can come, make the connection, and really get a first-class education. Congratulations to the teachers here at QMC. Thank you. Now let me tell you about this class. They've earned a total of 477 college credits while here at QMC at a cost of $609 a credit from QMC, a total value of over $290,000 in tuition cost. That's big. Congratulations. 290,000. Two of our students are earning their associate's degree during the summer. After this summer, they're completing some classes right now. 12 of our students are headed to four-year colleges and universities. They're going to such places as UConn, Fisher College, North Point Bible College, Eastern Connecticut State University, Bay Path, Mitchell, Johnson and Wells. They're going on to various colleges. 5 of our students are continuing to take advantage of the resources right here within our community. They're going to QVC, they're going to Three Rivers College. 2 of our students are headed off to specialized certificate programs where they'll be licensed to do specific things once they're completed. And the remaining students, 19, are joining the workforce, or they are going to take a sigh of relief and take a gap year, which is good after this year. So clearly, the class of 2021 has survived one of the worst and most challenging years in the history of our town, our state, and this nation. They've demonstrated that they have intestinal fortitude, grit, bounce back power, stick-to-itiveness in showing that the pandemic doesn't define who they are. The trials and tribulations, they don't define who they are. Tragedy doesn't define who they are. They define who they are, and we're quite proud of them. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen. They are the champions of our time, and we are very proud of them. So class of 2021, when difficulty comes, when trouble, tragedy, whatever it comes, just do two things for me. Keep moving. Keep moving. Please join me, Don, Gary, Diane, who else here? Yeah, Don, Dave, yeah, I got a little mixed up here. Please join me in presenting the class of 2021. Thank you. We're about to the diplomas are coming. Thank you.
Katarina Belanger. Jordan Bergeron. Bridget Byros. Thomas Charles Bissell. Alexander James Cady. Hannah P. Curtis. David A. DeVito. Abby Fowler. Giselle Soe Galarza. Jacob Garcia. Zachary R. Gaudette. Tess Janelle Jeevry. Jesse Greenhall. Shelby Lynn Harris. Alicia S. Herrick. Amber Holman. Jaden Parker Hughes. Alicia Esmeralda Jimenez Vargas. Amia Marie Jolie. Joshua B. Jones. Misha A. Cokes. Madison Lavoisier. Emma Lee LaLumiere. Amber Lynn Lumbra. Braden J. Medvin. Myra Meikle. Yasuri Mendez Hernandez. Michaela Noonan. Edward J. Prestis III. Rosa Lysandra Ariana Ramos. Anika Ray Richardson. Drew Patricia Rivard. Yanarelise Santiago Cancel. Sage Sorrell. Luke D. Steendam. Bree Weaver. Amber Elizabeth Wells. Christina E. Weinkoop. The class of 2021. Now it's a pleasure to introduce former teacher Karen Eves.
Good evening. We have come to the part of the ceremony that you've all been waiting for, the end. All that remains is to send off our grads with a farewell speech and call upon them to turn their tassels in commemoration of this auspicious moment. I have the great honor of conducting these tasks this evening. We ask that everyone remain seated in the audience until the graduates have recessed from the ceremony after the speech. graduates, families, friends, staff, and honored guests. I'd like to begin by thanking all of you for all you have done in support of the class of 2021 and for coming out tonight to share in their joy. I have never believed more staunchly than I do now that it takes a village. We are better when we work together, and we have raised each other. Okay. This is a commencement, which means a beginning, and I can't help but let my English teacher roots show, so I'm going to phrase it as the next chapter. You are all turning the page and beginning a new chapter the moment you walk out of here. And for those who do not know, I have left QMC a few months ago. I have loved my time at QMC, but life being what it is, I had to switch gears. So a few months ago, I had my own leave taking of QMC, and it too was filled with memories and tears, with heartbeats that were both in sadness and in excitement. You don't know what's going to happen. There are so many ways the story can go in this choose your own adventure. So I come to you tonight to deliver my final farewell speech. I am here as your vanguard, as your canary in the coal mine. I'm back today to tell you that the mine is safe and that you will be fine in the big world outside of QMC. You have learned so much and come so far, and I am certain that you are ready. There is no monster at the end of the book. This is a moment of change and opportunity for everyone. Some of you will stay in the area, some will continue doing similar things to what you're already doing, and others will break off on whole new experiences and paths. What I can also assure you, as having already taken my leave of QMC, is that QMC will never truly leave you, because it has changed all of us. There are so many things that I learned over my almost 8 years here at QMC, so many things that you, the class of 2021, taught me before I left. The last year and a half has been harrowing, but as men and women far smarter than I have said, we learn more through adversity than we do through a life of ease. And that means, my friends, you are all very, very wise tonight. Here are a few things that you have taught me over the year that I would love for you to keep in mind as you go out into the big world. The first is to be mindful of what you do with your time. It is not unlimited. You taught me that if you want to avoid burnout, you have to know your own limits. Life is about balance between striving and surviving. The next thing you taught me is how you care is far more important than what you learn. And in that same token, that the things that we are easily measurable are not often the things that we should be measuring. When we lead with heart, we show our priorities. Resilience isn't just doing things, it is knowing how to prioritize what really needs to get done and learning to let go of that which you cannot change. You taught me that. Lastly, you taught me that adaptability is our single greatest strength. This year's capstones were like no other years. You pivoted and you made changes. You redefined what it meant to be of service to a community still mostly in isolation. You changed up marketing and communication, you evaluated how it was going, and then you changed it up again. And no other senior class has had more mandates to navigate, more restrictions on what they could do, and yet, over, under, around, or through, you did it. You adapted and survived. Like the heroes and heroines of dystopian literature, defying the odds to make it to the stage, like the ancient seafaring Vikings, you used your sunstones and you navigated all the way to here tonight. You taught me that to adapt is to succeed. So after tonight, we adapt again. We go our separate ways, and I hope that when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. We leave having learned so much from each other. I wish that I could witness all of your joy and all of your pain, but I know that with each experience, you will know you lived. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Now let's end this night as graduates. The gesture of moving the tassel from the left side of the cap to the right symbolizes the right side to the left, symbolizes symbolizes the individual's movement from candidate to graduate.